Plus on the news, Governor Ayasin Thalia of Benue State charges newly elected local government chairmen to always demonstrate accountability and fairness in all their dealings. From the international scene, Ukraine's military says it has carried out a strike on the large oil terminal off the coast of the occupied Crimean Peninsula. Details of these and more coming your way soon. To stay with us. Many thanks for joining us at this time. Now, details of the news. Suspected hoodlums have set ablaze a section of the Eleme local government area secretariat. This is coming as the newly elected chairman, Brian Gopa, resumed duty after his swearing in, only to discover that buildings at the capital have been set ablaze by arsonists. Although details of the incident are still sketchy as at time of filing this report, but the Rivers Police spokesperson Grace Erigekoko, who in the early hours of Monday issued a statement on behalf of the command directing police withdrawal from the council, is here to respond on the incident. The state governor, Siminalayi Fubara, is expected to speak on the development as cases of thoughts threatening to attack the newly sworn-in chairman was also experienced in Onne local government area, among others. Meanwhile, few hours after Eleme Secretariat was set ablaze by hoodlums who stormed the premises in the early hours of Monday, the Secretariat of Ikwere local government area too have been set ablaze by hoodlums who threw dynamite inside the buildings. Violence that earlier took place in the council secretariat in the morning before the hoodlums were said to have regrouped and threw dynamite into the compound, which affected parts of the building. The Rivers Police Command spokesperson Grace Erigekoko is here to comment on the incident, as several calls to a line was not returned. Earlier, the Rivers State Commissioner of Police, Bala Mustafa, ordered the immediate unsealing of the secretariats of the 23 local government areas in the state. This follows a directive from the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetoko. In a statement released by the spokesperson for the State Police Command, Grace Erigekoko, the decision was said to be in compliance with the IGP's order. The unsealing of the Secretariat comes just 24 hours after Governor Siminalayi Fubara swore in the newly elected chairman who emerged from Saturday's local government elections. It is worth recalling that the police had sealed the 23 local government area headquarters in July amidst the crisis that followed the controversial tenure extension of the former chairman. The facilities were manned by police personnel during the period for that time. And now we are joined by George Wilenifa, Chairman, Civil Society Organizations, Rivers State, to tell us about the happenings going on in the state. Good evening and thank you so much for joining us at this time.
Yeah, good evening.
Okay, all right. So there's been a lot of conflict after the Rivers State local government election. What's your take on it? Let's start with that.
First, for us in the civil society space, there is nothing new for us. Our politics here have been in the midst of production. Political leaders, rather than bringing development and progress for the enjoyment of the people, have always shown high level of desperation. But I must say that this particular one is far, far above the roof. And the worst we have experienced in the state, and it's quite unfortunate. It's the ego of one man who believes that he is God, and he just played out, and it's quite unfortunate.
Chairman, the police withdrew the security that was there at the Secretariat, and then it has resulted in violence, throwing dynamite at the building going up with fire. Would you say the police withdrawal from the local government Secretariat created a vacuum, a power vacuum that contributed to the violence?
No, not at all. Rather, we have accused the police of complicity as far as this crisis is concerned. Um, First is that the police who are withdrawing from the secretariat shouldn't abdicate their duty of protecting rivers, but that's their primary responsibility. It's their job to protect rivers. So to just say that they are withdrawing, I don't know what that is. What are you withdrawing? Government officials have just been elected. What you are supposed to do is to provide security for the activities to go on. By that activity, I mean activities like inauguration, taking over council secretariat. It is the job of the police to provide those security. But you don't issue a statement that you are withdrawing and that you're only going to come back when there is crisis. What are you doing? You're only telling the other party who possibly is not happy with the fact that the election has been conducted to cause crisis, or you come back and stop everybody from entering. And it's unfortunate. Mind you, but some of us cannot be fooled. The police clearly said they are not part of this election, that they won't participate in this election. And we had one of the most wonderful elections as far as Rivers is concerned for the first time. I'm not here to give a pass back to the election. That is not to say that there is no malfeasance, just so those who may want to go to the tribunal to test the integrity of the election. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying in terms of peace, in terms of people conducting themselves in an orderly manner, in terms of even maybe some level of fair playing ground, this is far better. And of course, we need to see in these election security agencies go about attacking people, except in very few cases. Where the same police who said that they were not going to participate in elections, we saw them, stopping the election. In very few places, the same people who said they would not participate, we saw them stopping elections in Woji, we saw them in Woji, saw them in the Uribo, and some other very few flashpoints. But in all, the Rivers people conducted themselves in a way and manner for the first time in the elections, void of a crisis, void of so much hijack of materials by thugs aided by security agents. So in this particular instance, we are accusing the police of complicity. And in the few days, the Rivers Civil Society Organization Situation Room will issue a statement on the elections and the crisis in Rivers State. I will be very, very clear. Let's give you a snippet of what it is. It is that the police should be directed by the president to provide security for the elected official. And the attempt by the police to insult the office of the governor of Rivers State should be stopped. For God's sake, the governor is not my friend. As civil society, we have our personal issues with the governor. We have our disagreements with the governor. But the thing about the governor is the current governor of Rivers State, and he represents Rivers State. The attempt by the police to belittle him, to counter his statement, to give contrary opinion as far as Rivers is concerned is unbecoming. We are not saying that they should take illegal orders of Mr. Governor, but we are saying that as Rivers people, we are not comfortable with the way and manner the police openly disregard and disrespect the office of the governor. And the police should conduct themselves in a way and manner to show that they are neutral and they are professional by providing security for all, including the just elected council local government chair.
Okay, all right. So fingers are being pointed at Wike's and Fubara's faction for being responsible for this violence. How do you think this would affect the state? And what do you think should be done to allow peace to reign in Rivers State?
Well, when the witch cry in the night and the baby die in the morning, it is natural that everybody should point at the direction of the witch. So the reason why a lot of people are pointing at Wike and the supporters of the current crisis is not far-fetched. They have been opposed to the elections. They have been threatening fire and brimstone, and they have said all manner of things on record. So it's understandable. But what I want to say that this country is not without leadership. It is being held by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and he is the commander-in-chief of armies. Should direct security agencies to respect the Rivers State governor who is representing Rivers. The continuous disregard for Rivers people, by disregarding the governor is unbecoming. And that the moment they continue to do this, they are taking for granted the contribution and role of Rivers people and Rivers State. For crying out loud, this country is being run by petrodollar, and a good chunk of it comes from our backyard. And we are saying very clearly, that Mr. President should know the implication, the far-reaching implication of the continuous disregard of Rivers people in the Nigerian state. We have contributed so much, therefore, our sons and daughters, our government, our political leaders should be respected. I don't need to like the governor. I don't need to be his friend. Like I said, we have our issues. We are just taking on him on issues of education. And I've been calling on him to declare a state of emergency on education. These are issues where we disagree with him. But what we will not take as organized civil society in the state is the complete disregard, disrespect by especially security agencies and some persons who have been thinking to be working as a president is what we will not take. The president should immediately show that he's in charge and that nobody is controlling him, or that he has not sold Rivers State to anyone, no matter how highly placed that person may think he or she is. Nobody should play God in Rivers State. We have a government, we have a governor, and should be given its rightful place. That is the basic thing that Rivers people see. On the issue of his performance, Rivers people have the capacity to take on it and call it to question when the need so arises. But what we will not take is the continuous disregard, disrespect, and of course, thwarting of his orders by agents that are supposed to be under the control of the president. The only solution right now as we speak is for Mr. President to call his officials to order, call security agencies and institutions under his control to order, so that we can have peace in Rivers State. Whoever is not comfortable, the courts are there to resolve pre- and post-election issues. And we all know that these issues have something to do with the election issues. They are purely pre-election issues as orchestrated by persons who believe that the elections should not hold in Rivers State. Even the same persons who have agreed with civil society to say that constitution of a critical committee is illegal. What then is their problem? None of the election is being held. You didn't participate in the elections and you are still insisting that you must have your way. This illegality must stop, and Mr. President must put to an end.
Ikora, we thank you so much for your contributions on our news at this time. Many thanks for joining us.
Thanks very much.
And that's George Willinefa, Chairman, Civil Society Organizations, Rivers State. Still matters from Rivers State, the Governor Siminalayi Fubara has sworn in the newly elected chairman of the 23 local government areas of the state. The event, which was attended by the Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed, who doubles as the chairman PDP Governors Forum, was held at the EXCO chambers of the Government House in Port Harcourt, with EXCO members in attendance. Correspondent Dele Fasa completes the story.
Addressing the newly sworn-in chairman, Governor Fubara declared that he had to salvage the local government as it was heading for destruction.
But the truth remains, desperate situation requires desperate measures. We were confronted with a situation where the local government of this state was heading to doom. And the truth about it is, because of the genuine love that we have for this state, we must salvage the local government council.
Announcing the winner of the 23rd local government won by the candidate of the Action Alliance, the chairman of the Rivers State Independent National Electoral Commission, Justice Adolphus Enebeli retired, said the system is different from the past narrative, as Governor Fubara advises the new chairman against seeing themselves as an emperor.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the local government council election in Eche local government area is Uzodin Manwafo of the AA Action That is Action Alliance. You will agree with me, that is a distinguished departure from the narrative of the past.
For the newly sworn in chairman, I want you to see yourself as servants. Once you see yourself as emperor, that is where the problem begins. Once you see yourself as the one who knows it all, because of the power of the fund in your pocket, or will I say disposed to you, that is when we start seeing crisis. But see this opportunity as a call to service, as an opportunity for you to bring people together and to deliver to the people of Rivers State.
High point was the receiving of certificate of return by the council chairman. From Rivers State, Dele Fason reporting for Galaxy TV News.
Still on local government election, but now in Benue State, Governor Hyacinth Thalia has charged the newly elected local government chairman to always demonstrate accountability, transparency and fairness in all their dealings. The governor gave the charge on Monday during the inauguration ceremony for the new chairman in Government House Makadi. The governor urged the chairman to immediately get to work and diligently provide strategic leadership for its people, called on them to uphold the highest standard of governance without fear or favor. It tasked them to ensure they listen and address the needs of the people at the grassroots, and called on the chairman to collaborate with government at the state level in order to implement policies and programs that are beneficial to the rural communities, especially as no tier of government operates in isolation. Speaking on behalf of the new chairman, the chairman of Vande Kia local government area, Dennis Guda, thanked the governor and the leadership of the APC and the entire people of the state, and assured of their readiness to work in line with the 7-point agenda of the governor. Here's still on to the news on Galaxy TV. Let's go on a break. When we come back, the news continues. We are glad to have you back. Now for more updates and latest news, please visit our website www.galaxytvonline.com. Connect with us on our X handle at Galaxy TV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Galaxy TV News. You can follow and interact with us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Galaxy TV. Remember to follow and tag us on our Instagram page at Galaxy TV. Our social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate your live updates and comments, as you can easily scan our IG QR code. Nigeria Union of Pensioners (NUP) have called on the state government to review its consequential increase and adjustment in pensions accrued to retirees. The state chairman of NUP, Waheed Oloyede, while speaking over the weekend, noted that though the consequential increase review committee was inaugurated at the instance of Governor Dapo Abiodun in 2022, nothing has so far been heard from the committee to date. He added that instead, paltry earnings of retirees remain the same despite the economic downturn, whereas the mainstream workers have been enjoying a wage increase since 2020.
Consequential increase in pensions has greatly agitated the minds of the senior citizens, whose monthly take-home cannot take them to the bank of less for taking them back home. The paltry sum are grossly inappropriate to purchase drugs for various health challenges, nor meet with the demands of the present-day economic reality.
He also appealed to the state governor to capture pensioners in the National and Ogun State Health Insurance Scheme with a 50% discount, explaining that as senior citizens, the health relief policy becomes imperative for them. He added that the longer-awaited consequential increase in pension has also caused the older residents to become anxious, stressing that nothing has come out of the committee that was inaugurated to address it.
We wish to bring to your notice that most, if not all, the senior citizens value one health and then of the other. It is therefore pertinent to say that we, the aged senior citizens, mostly need such health relief as being provided by the National Health Insurance Scheme.
Now, we move to the international desk for more news.
Hello and welcome to Foreign News. Ukraine's military says it has carried out a strike on a large oil terminal off the coast of the occupied Crimean Peninsula, the latest in a wave of attacks targeting Russian-controlled energy facilities. Officials in Kyiv said the country's missile forces launched a strike on the Feodosia terminal, the largest oil processing facility in the peninsula, in an attack overnight. Russian-installed officials in Crimea have not confirmed the strike, but did acknowledge a fire at the facility. No casualties from the blast have been reported. A municipal-level emergency has been declared, with 300 people being evacuated from Feodosia due to the blaze.
And that's all we have for you. We thank you so much for watching. My name is Iribami Salako. Do join us at 9 p.m. for our primetime news. Goodbye.
Galaxy Television presents
Overcoming Heartbreak. With the world against them, 4 ladies from different ages and social classes will realize that together they are stronger. Each of them must struggle to find themselves and recover their self-love. Barbara has to recover from her husband's death, deal with the grief of the emptiness, and agree that it is never too late to love again.
I'm still willing to love. I'm still strong. I still have high hopes.
Daphne must realize that for being a young widow, the heaven squeezes us.
Don't make us choke, right?
I'm quite excited because it's as if I'm dreaming.
This won't stop her from protecting her 2 children, and to do so, she will have to face the truth.
I'm Daphne Falcon, Mr. Joaquin's daughter.
Gemma is the youngest and would be faced with an unwanted pregnancy.